Welcome back to another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review. I'm Steve Gamache, and what we have is the Shibata Kotetsu Aogami Super or AS Santoku 165mm knife. So as the name indicates, this has a 3-layer construction. The center hard core cutting steel is what's known as Aogami or blue paper super reactive high carbon steel from Hitachi. Heat treats about 62 Rockwell on that core steel, so it's not taken to an overly hard state. You can go harder with this, so a little bit more forgiving heat treat on it. Construction is a full stainless cladding on either side of that hard core steel for 3 layers. I'll give you a close-up of it, but the cladding line, it's one of those wavy type cladding lines, but it's really subtle. Once you start using this and getting some patina on that Aogami Super, that AS core steel, you'll start to definitely see that pop, and it should be a really nice effect. So weight and dimension should be fairly similar from knife to knife, but might vary a little bit. The weight on this is 132 grams or 4.7 ounces. Edge length is about 166 on this sample or 6.5 inches. Overall length about 307 millimeters or 12.1 inches. And the spine thickness about 2.4 is what I measured coming out of the handle above the back of the heel here. I measured about 2.1 millimeters, 2-ish, 2.1, halfway down, and then we pretty much hold that. You got that kind of curve here with the Santoku, and then as you start getting into the grind, coming down, convexing down to the edge, the tip starts thinning out, and you can see it gets pretty aggressively thin down that last few millimeters of the tip there from the spine point of view. So a nice high performance tip. Got a nice polish, by the way, to that spine. So these have nice fit and finish on them. And here's the choil shot, and you'll notice there's a nice polish and rounding to this choil, the back of the blade as well. Nice and thin. So these are great performing blades. Blade height is about 47 millimeters at the back of the heel. And the handle is an octagonal, kind of ambidextrous rosewood with a black packwood ferrule on it. And nice tight install at the handle ferrule junction there, the tang. The handle's around 72-73 millimeters in circumference where the two materials meet. And you've got a bit of a spot here with a nice curve, a little bit of a back swept heel point here, the chin, but you got a nice curve here for putting your finger in there for a pinch grip. Not a whole lot of neck on this, but there's enough spot there that makes it still pretty comfortable for your finger on a pinch grip. The balance point's going to be a little further back because the handle's not the world's lightest material, and the blade's kind of thin and not too big. So your balance point is like right in there on this as far as that goes. So it's going to be a little handle heavy on a pinch grip, much more neutral on a racket grip if you tend to use your knife like that. But on a pinch grip, it'll be a little bit back, balance point on it. Edge, out-of-box edge was really good, as we'd expect from this maker, so I'll give it a solid 7 out of 10. Really nice crafted edge. You can start to see that edge steel kind of peeking out from the cladding, that line there. It's very, very subtle. It's a little hard to pick up with the lighting here. It's just hard to show it, but it is definitely there. It's about what I'm going to get out of it with this lighting. You can kind of catch it there. So let's see, let's go to this side for the beauty shot, since that's where the engraved kanji is. So this has laser engraved kanji on it. They did that because the blade is thin enough where they didn't want to risk the integrity of the blade after some experimentation. So it's got laser engraving. It's very crisply done, very nice. As I already mentioned, it got a great polish and rounding to the spine, polish and rounding to the choil. Just a very nice looking blade. You can see the vertical sanding marks from the machine, or I shouldn't say the belt finishing on it. And yeah, just a really nice looking blade. It's got fairly stiff to it. It's got enough meat to the spine where they can get you some good contouring and grinds down to the edge, like a convex type of grind to the edge to help food release and food separation, but it also adds some stiffness to the blade. So you can see the edge profile. This one is just kind of gently curvy all the way through. This has a pretty low tip on it, kind of a la bunka style. So you're not going to get real high on a rock. I can get in there, which is actually pretty good. But you won't be going way up here with it, but it's not that long of a blade either. But not a lot of flat spot on it. You can see just kind of a gentle curve throughout, so Not going to be a super duper chopper like a Nikita or something with a really flat profile, but good kind of gentle profile with just a little bit of belly towards the tip. So this has a nice combination of Aogami Super reactive steel for the cutting edge, great to sharpen, will hold a nice edge for a pretty long time. So it's got good edge retention, but you got the stainless cladding to help the maintenance chores be a little bit easier on it, and just a really nice package. So this is the Shibata Kotetsu Aogami Super Santoku 165mm knife.